Okay, welcome year 12s. So today I'm going to talk about your data analysis SAC school assess coursework. Okay, let's go to the next slide. SACs definitely matters. So if you were hoping to, relax whole year and then cram towards the end of the year for the exam, you need to think again. Your performance during the year has a direct connection on your final score, your Australian tertiary admission rank. So it's from day one, you need to put your effort if you're thinking of getting an ATAR score. So from day one, SAC 1, there are several SACs as you know, so put your best effort. Okay, so these are the topics that we covered during week 1 to week 7. All of these you need to study week 1 to 7. So these are the topics that we discussed, and 1st of April is the submission date for your SAC 1 data analysis SAC 1. Okay. So the SAC is an application task. It will investigate a given set of data with several variables. So you have to do some, whatever according to the question, you have to do some calculations or do some graphical representations, get some summary information, and come to conclusions. All right. So these are the topics that we discussed during the 7 weeks. So hope you can remember. Okay, displaying, summarizing, and describing univariate data, bivariate data, the relationship between bivariate data, regression analysis, transformations, time series analysis, smoothing methods, all of these. So designated period, you can start your SAC on 22nd of March 2021 and the completion date is 1st of April. So you need to upload your SAC, the whole SAC, part 1, part B, part C, and the cover page as a single document to the given space in week 9 by 5th of by 5 p.m. 1st of April. That's a Thursday, the last day of the term. Once you complete that, you have to send a hard copy. You must send a hard copy to Virtual School Victoria. Okay. So there's 3 parts for this SAC. Each individual part is to be completed under close supervision in a single setting. So part A, one sitting. It takes, the time is allocated 100 minutes, 10 minutes reading time, 90 minutes writing time. So for part B, 10 minutes reading time, 2 hours or 120 minutes of writing time. Part C, 10 minutes reading time, 1 hour or 60 minutes writing time. You're not going to do all 3 parts at once. So you do part A first and then you give it to your supervisor and you won't get it back. Okay. So then you do part B in a separate sitting. Give it to the supervisor. Supervisor will collect these things for you and supervisor will organize all of these, the timing, where to do it and when to do it. All right. It's up to your supervisor to do that. Okay. So the main important thing, the SAC period is 22nd of March to 1st of April. Your bound reference, you can take whatever paper-based reference, your VSV course book or Cambridge textbook or your summary notes, whatever you prepared, you can take any reference. We do not expect to have a bound reference at this stage because this is a SAC. But for the VCA examination, they will allow you only one bound reference without no loose leaf papers. Okay, that is for the VCA examination. For the SAC, we do not expect to do that. Okay. I will attach a practice SAC with this news forum, 2016 courts practice SAC. All right, and there's some more information given in this presentation, outcomes, the 3 outcomes and what we expect from these 3 outcomes. You can read it, take your time and read it. Okay, So now I'm going to get the SAC, practice SAC, and talk about that. So this is the practice SAC. We, as a team, we came to a conclusion that this is the SAC we are going to give. Practice SAC, sorry, this is the practice SAC that we are going to give to you. And do not expect a similar SAC. Okay, this is just for you to understand what type of, like, the question, the style of the question, the language that we might use, so those things. Okay, but do not expect a similar SAC. It's not the case. Okay, so again, there's three parts for this practice SAC, and there's a quite a bit of reading to do. They give kind of a story, and then they give a data set with several variables, and then they ask questions like this. Okay, what type of variable is temperature? And for our SAC, don't expect, we don't give any, we don't specify any marks in our SAC. All right. um, and whenever we ask you to give a graphical representation, we do not give, we do not label our graphical representation. You should do it. It's not given. You should label it properly. You should label your graphs properly, and then the scales, you should put proper scales in your graphs. And say, whenever we ask you to, like, put units, remember to put units. You will lose marks if you're not going to put units, or you need to do proper rounding. Okay, we never tell you or give instructions how many decimal points it should come from you. The number of decimal points, the most appropriate number, it's up to you. Okay, so it's like that. So remember those things, and whenever, say, there's a calculation involved, try to write whatever the calculations. Okay, because we we will give you a method mark and a answer mark. If you just write the answer, for some cases it's fine, but if you did say finding the upper fence, if you just write the upper fence is say 3 or whatever without the calculation, and if we are going to allocate marks for the method, then you will lose the marks because we cannot see any method. So if the answer is correct, you will get full marks. But if the answer is wrong, then we don't know how you got that answer. So then you will lose the method's marks as well. Okay. So if the answer is correct, that's fine. Okay. But some cases, if the answer is wrong, then we think about the method mark. So whenever there's a calculation involved, write it. Okay. Show it in the paper. All right, so do this, time it and do it. If you have any questions with the, and you can self-correct your answers because the answers are given at the end of this, at the bottom. All the answers are given, so do the corrections on your own. If you have any issues, you can always contact your maths teacher, for the mathematics teacher, and we will explain it to you how you came to that answer. So wish you all the best for your SAC, and yeah, and do all the weekly work, complete all the weekly work. That is our advice, because that is a very good practice as well. Thank you.